Welcome, guys. So I wonder if YouTube will demonetize this now because I played that song. So we will see. I may have to delete it. Good thing it's at the beginning. So if YouTube demonetizes it, I'll just delete it later. I won't wait for them to demonetize. It's kind of frustrating. So hello, people. Welcome. So we have a exciting topic tonight. What happened? No, nothing happened. When I play music, I get demonetized by YouTube, even though I'm playing it. To say, well, somebody else's composition. So I don't like playing other people's compositions because this causes trouble. So rare moment I played a melody in there, but I figured it's at the beginning so I can delete it. Anyway, we're going to have a topic tonight. It's about radios, and radios for emergencies and radios for your family, because it's kind of a complex topic, and a lot of you wouldn't know what to do with any of this. So I'm going to show you. I've got a lot of radios here. I have two ham radios over there. I have two other kinds of radios. So we got, and I have VHF radios too. So another three of those. So I got a lot of radios. And not counting the phone. So this is not, it's not about phones. Some of you may wonder, what the zuck? By the way, why is there no comments on Periscope? Is anybody around on Periscope, or is there something wrong on the Periscope side? Because I don't see anyone commenting or doing, there you go. I'm just wondering if there was something wrong on the Periscope end. Okay, good, okay. That's not the topic tonight, perspective. That is not the topic. You're here. Okay. So, yes. Yeah, go on YouTube, guys. It's YouTube is great. So, hello, Joel Schultz. Waiting for Kelp. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, we are here to talk about a lot about radios in a much more detailed way. And first, the question you're going to ask is, what the zuck does the internet privacy guy have to do with radios? Why am I talking about radios? What does that have to do with the internet privacy guy, which is me? So, certain people are very big on radios. As an example, preppers. If you're a prepper, you will likely have a bug out bag with a bunch of radios like this, okay? If you understand what's going on. People who are interested in planning for an emergency probably are aware that they need to think about these radios. But if you don't know what to think about, you will get the wrong thing. And then the other thing is that you can't really think of radios as something you use only in an emergency, because you won't know how to use it. So that's, this is part of the strategy of using radios, is to actually use it. Now you're going to say, well, we don't need radios. We zucking have Facebook. We have zucking telephones, cell phones. Yeah, we got all this. Why do we need radios? Well, I'm the internet privacy guy, and I want you to be able to communicate without having to use a zucking spy brick. This is a spy brick. Does nothing but spy on you all zucking day. Which is why it's very strange that my video flip phones is the most popular video that I have. My most popular video is flip phones. So why would flip phones be interesting to people? Because people are starting to think like I am and starting to wonder. I am into ham radio for weather. Okay, well, you got to learn how to understand this beyond weather. Okay, we're going to have to understand this in a big way. You were on live YouTube, then said Wi-Fi, and then you were gone. No, I wasn't live on YouTube. I was just testing earlier. I social fit. So yes. So I'm gonna. If Kelp were here, he would say, "Oh, you're now people are gonna go buy ham radios because of you because you're talking about it." And the other thing Kelp will say is that. Oh, you can hide in plain sight. Well, that's exactly what's unique about these kind of radios, because they're not subject to iSocial Fit tracking you. They're not going to waste time on analog. Okay, they're not going to waste time on analog. They want to track you on your internet activities using the Zucking spy brick. Everywhere you go on the internet, iSocial Fit's right there from Facebook, tracking every move you make with your Zucking phone. Okay? Everything from facial recognition to location tracking to whatever tracking they do on here, every Zucking click, this thing is on your Zaz. Okay, this thing is on your Zaz constantly. Captain Mac, no, don't confuse the issue here, especially now with iPhone factual recognition. What is factual recognition versus non-factual recognition, fake news recognition? Okay, so this is with Facebook tracking you, with they even have your MAC address, figure out MAC addresses on your Zucking network. I will tell you all about that. FJ cruising. Are you actually do you cruise on FJs? Anyway, I'll tell you about it because it's kind of a complex topic, but fortunately, I will link the things in the video on YouTube, so you can go on YouTube and figure it out. So what I'm talking about. So there's actually quite a few benefits to these devices, even in a non-emergency. And FJ the car. Okay, not FJ the boat, because there's an FJ boat as well. Okay, so you're on the FJ Toyota. Gonna need a ticket if you're gonna use a ham radio. Gonna need a ticket? I don't know about you, Captain Mac. I have everything I'm gonna talk about, I have a license for. What about you, Zucker? I have a license for everything. So yes, I have a ham license, and I have other licenses which I will talk about in a moment. Yes, so do I. So don't be accusing people of anything. We're going to teach people the right way. That's why I'm doing this. Okay? We're not going to teach the wrong way. The wrong way is, this is the wrong way. I'm going to get the radio and I'm just going to listen it anyway. I'm not going to go transmit, and so I can use it in an emergency without needing a license. No, we don't want to teach you that. We're going to teach it the right way. And here's the problem. Ham radio licensing, getting a ham radio license is very hard for people who are not interested in electronics and so on. It's a bit of a stretch to expect your entire family to pass the ham radio tests. So I'm working on my general. I was gonna take the general test last Saturday, and then I collided with Mother's Day, so I have to wait for a couple more weeks. Then I'll get my general. So ready for the general. So, but the other license I have, which I've had for apparently for a very long time, I guess 10 years ago, I have another license. It's called GMRS. So I have a GMRS license, which also is was good. I social fit. Hope yours is good as well. So I have a GMRS license as well, and I used to do CB radio. I do not need a license for CB radio. I also do marine. I have several marine radios, VHF. you don't need a license for those either. Okay, and I also have an FRS radio here, which does not need a license. Okay, so I got all of these, and yes, we're doing it the proper way. So I don't want any radio police in here. I don't want any radio police in here and anybody complaining about the kind of radios I'm talking about, because we are going to do this the right way. But I don't want any zucking complaints about, oh, is that device FCC licensed? It's like zuck. Okay, we're gonna talk about this properly. We're not gonna. It's not gonna matter what devices and there's a reason why I'm going to tell you this in this particular way, because of the issues with real use. So we're going to talk first about no, we don't not going to worry about three-letter agencies that don't begin with FCC is not our problem. However, if you use one of these improperly, just understand there's an FCC guy in the car, and he can direction find you. So if you persist in using these illegally, the guy I've seen the videos on YouTube. There's an actual guy with a little TV screen with a direction finder, and he will, if you transmit all day, he will triangulate you with his car, and you're zucked. So he'll probably give you a warning. But if you persist, then he'll give you a big zucking fine. So anyway, we're not going to talk about doing everything we're going to talk about is on the up and up and completely legal. And this is the right way to do it. That way you get to practice on using radios properly and not against the law. So just so you understand, the kind of radios I'm talking about today, all the radios I'm going to talk about today will require a license. But not all of these radios require a test. Okay, so this kind of radio here, well, not just this kind, all of these can access a set of channels. Does that? Yeah, that dude will go crazy when you go on GMRS and don't. I can't even remember my call sign because it expired, and I applied. I got a new one, so I only have a temporary right now until I get the final one. But because my old license expired, so yeah. So do you really need to worry about if I transmit on FRS, I don't really need to care. Okay, so there's a FRS set of frequencies, and there's no license for that. So anyway, we're going to talk about three bands that are of interest to you and why. We're going to talk about all that, FJ Cruz, and there's three bands that you're interested in. And they're different, and a lot of radios you find in the store is crap. Zucking crap. K-R-A-P, crap, okay? So a lot of these radios that you find, they're called blister pack radios from Walmart. Do not, I repeat, do not buy those. You will zucking waste your money. Okay? You will waste money. So we don't want to do that. This is my vision of what you would need to have a fully prepared family. My vision of a fully prepared family is one member of the family, have a ham license, just one. One member of the family have a ham license so that you can communicate on the ham radio bands. In case of an emergency, the guy with a ham license can talk to everyone, sometimes as far as hundreds of miles away. So with this handheld, using repeaters. So this is fabulous, but you need a ham license. So one of the family members needs to have a ham license. Okay, so now let's say that one of you said, okay, I'm kind of, I'm in, and you have to take a test to get a ham license. It's not that easy. So you have to pass the test, and it's 35 questions, and you have to answer 26 of them correctly. So if you answer 26 of them correctly, you're good to go. And a ham license allows you the use of this type of device, which is made for particularly two bands. This is a two-band radio. This is a 70 centimeter band and 2 meter band, which is VHF and UHF. This is DHAMA. This is what will survive an EMP. Actually, this will survive an EMP, whereas even the fancy radios for ham radios may not survive an EMP. This might. Okay. Hello. I still have a beeper. Okay. So that's how that's a lot of value when you can say in an emergency I can communicate with anyone hundreds of miles away with this device without any kind of cell phone with electricity. You can power this up and charge it with a solar charger, and this will, allow you to handle indefinitely a period with no cell phone. So that's why it's really cool. Hello, Lavelle. Okay, so that's why it's really cool to have a ham radio license. The problem is, and you will find this when you say to your family, "Okay, family, every one of you will study because you can't use this radio. You can't use this radio unless you have a ham license. So every one of you, from the youngest to the oldest, and wives and cousins and everyone else, everyone in your family that you need to talk to, uncles and grandma and everybody else, all of you need to get a ham license." Well, how's that going to go? Great gold, how's that going to go? If you tell anyone you know in your family, say, "Well, I can't talk to you. You're going to have to get a ham license." What's the response to that? I already know the response. The response from your family will be, "Zuck you. We're not going to go study for some zucking exam for a Yeah, they will laugh at you. Not go well, exactly. But there's an answer. Because one of you still need to have one of these so you have the range to talk to everyone else in an emergency. But not all of you need to be on the ham bands. Not all you have to be on the ham bands. The other kind of radio licensing that you can get is called GMRS. What is it? General whatever radio. What is GMRS again? General Mobile Radio something. See, I forget what it means. GMRS. Okay. I actually did not recall that I had a GMRS license. I actually correctly applied for a new one, but I didn't realize that I already had one. So I applied for I got a license for GMRS in 10 years ago, and these are the radios I got. General Mobile Radio Service. Okay, so these are the phones. These are the radios I got when I got my license. And now looking back, I said these are fucking stupid. These are stupid. These come in blister pack. This is a Cobra. Okay, so some of you will say, "Oh, that's good. I see it in the at Walmart or Target," and I say, "Well, those look good. They work. It says 30 miles on it. It says it's going to go 30 miles on these radios." Okay, you're lucky to get to half a mile. You're lucky. Okay, seriously. You're lucky to get half a mile with this. I mean, you're going to have to be like completely visible. Okay. You're lucky. With a typical urban area with buildings or forest or any kind of, trees, you're lucky. So but they work and they, look, hello. Yes, it works. Yes, I know. I'm sucking license for this. Okay. So, on FRS frequencies, you don't need a license. When you're using this for I'm on very low power here too, so these are very low power, so no one's gonna hear me outside of quarter mile maybe at the most. So no one's gonna hear me. As you can see, you don't hear anybody either. So they're very weak radios. So I don't really recommend these. These are a waste of time. Reminds me of the binoculars. Say you can see 50 miles with them. You can see hundreds of miles with them. LG Knight. If you're in an airplane, you can see hundreds of miles. Be up on the airplane, you could see thousands of miles. Doesn't mean you can see what you're seeing. It's just not magnified. So yeah, so these are working radios, and these are working radios. You can see the moon. Toss them in the no, I'm not gonna toss them in the trash. They're good for home intercom. So I found out that I can call them with Big Mama over here, and I can actually call them. I have to do it on a GMRS frequency because you can't call legally with this to high power. So I have to get on a channel which is GMRS that has enough power to allow this. So here. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Okay, so this is a ham radio. But the nice thing about these particular kind of radios is they also talk to GMRS bands, FRS bands. This also talks to, this can actually also reach, listen to police, listen to emergency services, can also listen to NOAA and marine radio. Thank you, FJ Cruisin. So this actually is has some frequencies on here that you're not supposed to use. Let me repeat that. This particular radio, these radios have access to frequencies that you're not supposed to use. So I'll tell you how to manage that because I have them all worked out. So stop listening to my cell phone calls. Okay, so I made this I organized in such a way. I programmed both of these to do it properly and to stop you from using a channel that you're not supposed to, all be legal. And I did that by programming these. And I forgot to bring the cable. So you program this using a computer. Can you listen to someone? Yeah. You program this using a computer. So if you have a computer.
EX, are you out there tonight in Seattle? Hello.
So Seattle, see that? So if you have a
or correction, 09 Volvo. It's registered to a Laura or an Albert Craftsman.
Oh, that's police. You were listening to police right there. Okay, and then there's people doing garbage stuff here as well, like that. So you can do police, you can do NOAA weather. So let me show you that.
Scanning stop.
Okay, let's see. NOAA is
1 2 1 1 4 7 1 1 1 5 8 8 8 8 1 1 1 1.
I need glasses to see this.
1 1 0 1 1 1 1 1 4 5 8 1 1 1 5 5 3.
50s. Friday, mostly cloudy in the morning, then partly cloudy. A 20% chance of showers. Highs in the mid-60s to around 70.
so
Friday night,
so this
mostly clear.
8 0.
this same radio, this one radio, this is what I'm going to recommend for you guys, but you need special licensing to do this properly. This particular radio can access all of that. It can access ham radio, it can access GMRS, the same as these. It can access FRS, listening only. It can access police. It can to listen. You're not allowed to transmit. It can access like ambulances and so on, and it can access no weather channel. It can access the marine channels. So this is it's so funny it's so funny that these radios, which are very cheap, these are Baofengs, and they're from they're all Baofengs, and they're so zucking cheap. Although I'm not sure you should get. I'm This is the $25 one. This is the $25 one, and I don't know. I probably would recommend a newer. I'm recommending a newer one than this. Okay, sideband is not FM, Mitch. Side upper USB LSB is on an HF receiver, so that's not for these kinds of devices. These are only for 70 centimeters and 2 meters, which is where most of the activity is for local use. This is not for intercontinental. If you want to talk to somebody in Australia, this is not. You need the big radios for that. And so that's completely different. You need a general license for those to talk on. It's called phone. To talk on those, you need a general license, which is more difficult to get, and so on. The links for this particular brand that I'm showing you here are on the YouTube video. So this is a Baofeng UV82HP. This is a Baofeng UV5R. Okay, I'm returning this. I'm going to get a two of the UV, what is it? 82 HP. But I'm recommending another one called a UV SXR. Now, there's a reason for that. The reason is there are limits to what you can use to transmit based on your license. And it's going to be a problem if you have high-powered radios for your family. So this is the strategy, guys. This is the strategy, okay? Don't get these blister pack radios. Do not get these kinds of radios. They're crap. Okay? These kinds of radios are crap. Okay, no one's going to hear me because I'm on low power. Not going to get anywhere. Look at the tiny antennas in there. Okay, this is not going to go anywhere. Trunk channels are used by police now. Time for you to upgrade. So, USB, LSB, wideband. What the zuck are you saying? Okay. Forget USB, LSB. That's AM radio. That has nothing to do with FM radio. 10G. So, for use with your family, I'm going to tell you right now, if you go to Walmart and buy one of these, you're lucky to communicate within half a mile. Lucky. This is good if they, couple hundred yards. Beyond a couple hundred yards, sucking dump these suckers. You know what these are good for? Actually, they can be good for something. They're really pretty good as home intercoms. So if you have like 4 of these, you can put them in, chargers all over the house. They're great intercoms. And using something called FRS, and there's no licensing required for that. So if you want to use them as intercoms, that's good. But as far as being useful for being out there, no, this is crap. What you need are several of these. So I have 2. These 2 are similar features. This bigger one is higher powered, but they have similar features. Both of them require licenses, and I'm going to tell you exactly what the strategy is. I recommend that one member of the family get a ham license, just one. So whoever the most well-versed is in electronics, that person, or one most energetic, get a ham license. That allows somebody to learn how to communicate to everyone out in the wild, out in the open, and you can reach hundreds of miles with this. The battery requirements, it comes with a battery. There's no requirements. Okay. Then what you do is you get a GMRS license. By the way, just to tell you the difference, to get a ham license, requires a test. So if you want to get a ham license, you can't just say, I want a ham license today. No, you got to get the book, study, maybe work on it for a week, and then you got to go find somebody who will give you a test. So you got to go and find them find all the locations where they do the testing. Then you have to drive there, and then they will give you the test. If you pass, they will submit your paperwork to the FCC, and they charge you $15 for processing. And then about a week later, then you get your license. It's very, very difficult to get a ham license, but ham licensing is it's very sophisticated. I mean, you know a lot about radios. You have to know a lot about radios because they give you a lot of power. You actually can cause a lot of problems with ham radios if you don't know what you're fucking doing. You can disrupt real important communications because they give you access to channels that you're not supposed to. For example, this radio here has access to channels that a ham radio operator does not use, which is why I love these. I'm going to tell you, that's why I love these, because they have access to channels that you're not allowed to use. But a licensed ham operator knows not to use them. We know not to use them. So I programmed these so that I don't transmit, or if somebody takes the device, I don't transmit on the channels I'm not supposed to transmit on. So I don't enable transmission on police bands or anything like that. That's not a radio many people know about. Exactly, Hetty Kent. This is why I'm teaching you this. Now, here's the funny part. So this same radio can be used by your family. Let's say you have a ham license. You can get one more license. It's called GMRS, General Mobile Radio Service, right? Is that what it is? General Mobile Radio Service, GMRS? No, Zuck CB radios, Henry. Zuck that. That has nothing, no range compared to these. This is going to go hundreds of miles. Okay, what the fuck are you talking about with CB radio? CB radio, 3-4 miles, you're done. You can still, even a mile, you can still listen to the channels, but it's kind of pointless if you can't communicate. So, let me tell you what you get with a GMRS license. With a GMRS license, there is no test. None. You pay $70. I just renewed it. I just paid $70. They give you a 10-year license for that $70, and your entire family can use any of these on the GMRS channels. And you can use it with repeaters. That means to give you range, you can have repeaters for $70, and everyone from the smallest kid in your house to your grandma can use a programmed one for GMRS. Now, in order to not screw it up, I actually reprogrammed these to only go to GMRS for the family. So the family only gets to use GMRS. You can actually delete all the channels here. You can pre-program it. So you only give them channels that they can access. So you can give them a weather station, and such, and then leave the rest to GMRS. So now it becomes a safe device. And since you have a ham license, presumably one of you will have a ham license, the person that have a ham license, it's no longer $90. It's now $70 for 10 years. It used to be $85 for 5 years. Then it became $90 for 5 years. Now it's $70 for 10 years. And I just did it last night, so I know it's correct. $70 for 10 years. Okay? In theory, if you have a GMRS license, you're not allowed to have these. But if you have a ham license, one of you, yes, you can have this. That's why I'm suggesting that one of you have a ham license. Then you can legally have these. Okay? And then the rest of your family use GMRS. It is UHF, VHF, yes. I'll go to sleep 2, 3, 4. RKFO. Why are you here? Go to bed. You can't have both. Yes, these same radios can handle GMRS, FRS, ham radio bands, police scanning, police, weather, marine. These radios can handle all of it, but legally you're not supposed to have them. They're Baofangs. Their specific models are in the YouTube video description. So rich as me. These are Baofangs. This is a Baofeng UV82 HP. This is a Baofeng UV5R. This is $25. $25. $25. The person with a ham license needs a GMRS license to use the GMRS channels. So how do you communicate with your family? You got to go GMRS. So the person with a ham license needs a GMRS license. So you actually need 2 licenses, and then now you can do everything, including your family. So that's what you need. There's no test required for GMRS. Just pay the fee, fill out the form, you're done. That's it. It's fucking simple. But you got to do it legally. One of you get a ham license so you can use these legally. Otherwise, you have to stick to these stupid things. I don't know about you, Kelp, but I don't want any zucking going against the law. Even when the SHTF. Okay, can I call Gramps with that? Oh yeah, you can, Jerry. Not this. This is a piece of crap. What do you use it for? Don't worry, 1OG, use your phone in an emergency. I'm sure in an emergency your cell phone will work. Do you need to use this in an emergency only? No. You can use it like a cell phone. Can I use this like a cell phone? Oh, somebody was on there. I don't need... For example, that you heard somebody on there, I'm on low power. I'm not even going to affect that guy. But yes, I don't need to. This can be like a cell phone. Somebody's talking the same channel. I'll get one for when I'm in the doghouse. What about forget about satellite phones. There's not going to be a satellite phone. Key up on channel. Okay, so you only use it as a backup? No, this is not a backup. This is this can actually be that's way cheaper than my extra disposable phones. This is not, you can't talk to him on these stupid things. These have no range whatsoever. These are called, okay, let me show you all this so you can see. Okay. These all access, the same. They all have a common set of frequencies, all of them. So I can talk I'll show you. I'll demonstrate, okay? So I'm going to take one of these little guys. Okay, I'm going to put it by the speaker over here. Okay.
Channel mode.
Okay, let me pick the right
9,
channel here.
7, 4, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 9, 1, 2,
Okay.
0.
Extreme humidity. So kind of stuck here for a while, and then I don't want to go to Colorado because that's just as
Okay, let me go in low power here.
I guess my only other options would be Arizona or Utah. That's or Nevada.
Okay.
That's my only 3 that I would go to. I don't mind the heat. I just don't like the humidity.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same way.
I can't interrupt.
Deal with the heat. I mean,
I'll do it later.
hottest day last year was 128.
Okay, I'm not going to interrupt these guys, but let me just say this. This radio can talk to the stupid radio. This is the stupid radio. I don't want you to buy this. Do not buy these. This is crap. This ham radio can talk to the stupid radio. The range of the The range of the stupid radio is, I don't know, Quarter of a mile. Quarter of a mile. Barely. Not even sure it can reach quarter of a mile. Put a bunch of buildings in there and, just trees and whatever, and this, 2 miles? Zoc, no. You'd have to be in an open field to work this at 2 miles. Okay, or be on top of buildings. No, this is not going to do it. Okay, this is useless. So I am not suggesting you buy this at all. This is why I want you to get licensed so you can use the big suckers, these guys. And they're so cheap. So these are really powerful radios. And this radio here, which can talk to somebody a couple hundred miles away, easy. This is, with repeaters, this sucker is $25. If you want to get the fancy version, $62. $25. So between 25 and $60, you can get some really nice radios. $25. Oh, I'd rather get a $1,000 iPhone. I'd rather get a $1,500 iPhone X whatever. $25. Okay, range, pretty far. If you use a repeater, if you have a ham license, you can use a repeater. The repeater can go for hundreds of miles. Now, the other suggestion is that you get a GMRS license. Now, GMRS will work with the high power of these. You're allowed to use, once you get the license, you can use the high power. You can go up to 50 watts. This one goes up to 8 watts. This goes up to 5 watts, which means you can reach a repeater. Both GMRS and ham radio can reach repeaters, which increase your range to an incredible number. I mean, I'm on these. Even on GMRS, I'm talking to people in San Diego, which is 2 hours away. Okay, that's 150 miles. So this crap, same frequencies, useless. But these need a license. Can you keep the scope up? It's on Trump Thumpers. It's on YouTube. This video will be on YouTube. Santiago what? Santiago Peak? Was it hard to read the manual? Manuals are stupid. Hardly any manuals come with this. So if you want an instructional on this, I could do another broadcast to actually teach you how to program these. Or I'll make a YouTube video. And there are YouTube videos that teach you how to program these, but I have some of my own recommendations when you're going to use it with GMRS. So here's the way I've managed this. Okay. Yes, you use chirp. You need a cable, which is $20. Here's the thing that this does. If you have a ham license, you're legally able to keep these. If you do not have a ham license, you're not supposed to have these kinds of radios. So I don't want to get you into trouble here. So one of you needs to have a ham license to get a collection of these. But the moment there's one of you with a ham license, that same person can acquire a GMRS license, which will license the whole family. One license for the entire family for $70 for 10 years. And anyone can use all of the GMRS frequencies on here, which have repeaters, which means your family can now have repeater access and they don't need to worry about ham licensing or anything like that. And they're all set, and you can have quite a bit of range with this with repeaters. Okay, and depending on your area, there are any number of GMRS repeaters. There's in my area, not that many. Most of the repeaters here are ham, but enough. In a pinch, you can use this. FRS is this crap. FRS is this crap. You don't need a license to use FRS. This is FRS GMRS. Okay? With such a, useless kind of device. These are called blister pack radios. They sell them in blister packs at Walmart. And, it's like, hey, these are, they have a range of 30 miles with privacy tones and all that. BS. Not true. Not true. These are completely useless, except to use as a home intercom. Can you use a ham radio over FRS without license? No. Hello, people. No. No. You cannot use ham license with this. The reason is these are limited to, depending on the channel, 1/2 watt. This one goes only as low as 1 watt. So it would be illegal to use this on this because of the wattage requirement. So you can only do it so you're not legally allowed. You can listen to FRS, but you cannot use that for FRS. For FRS, ignore FRS and instead go to GMRS channels, which this can be used for, especially if you have a ham license and GMRS license. No on ham must take ham license tech, no code license, must take ham license tech, no code license first. What the fuck are you saying, the Iowan? What the fuck are you saying? Are you like confusing the story? Okay, let me just repeat that again. I think he's agreeing with me, but I think Iowan is agreeing with me, but just not communicating it properly. Okay, so SOS for Lucifer. Yes, police channels are on here if they're not on the trunk. Exactly the Iowan. That is exactly what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this is what I recommend. Again, recommending a strategy for family. I recommend that one of you get a ham license. One member of the family for emergency gets a ham license. You speak Iowan fluently. You sure? Okay. I recommend that one of you get a ham license, just one. The moment you have a ham license, you can legally use this and not have to worry about the FCC taking you to Zucking jail for using these illegally, because these have access to ham radio channels. But your family can use GMRS on these. You can easily program this to be limited to GMRS, the same device. You can limit this to only GMRS channels. You can program it for that. So GMRS does not require any test. I will use my ham radio license to sell Bitcoin for food. What frequency are you using on your boat? 1 OG, that's Marine VHF, which does not require a license. Get a ham license means be registered. Now I thought privacy was supreme. As Kelp says, sometimes Kelp is right in the wrong setting. But yes, Kelp said hide in plain sight. These are great for hide in plain sight. And why is that? Because they don't really track you on analog. They got too many of you on the fucking internet. They don't need to track your location and things with these. So they don't track you with these. So unless you commit a crime, then you don't really have to worry about these, and it's perfect. So you can communicate. Yes, people are listening to you, but who fucking cares? They don't know who you are. Okay, hips don't lie. Digital. They can only listen, right? Who? If they have GMRS, if you have a GMRS license, your family can talk to you on GMRS all day. Even the youngest kid can talk on GMRS. Okay, let me repeat again what I'm saying, because I know this is confusing here. Okay, these kinds of radios have access to a whole bunch of frequencies. Ham radio and GMRS, which is the other one that citizens are allowed to get. These are ham phones, ham radios. These are ham radios, but they have access to GMRS. A non-ham radio operator really shouldn't be using these because they have access to ham channels. So they might accidentally transmit on a ham channel. That would be against the law. So in order to make sure that doesn't happen, it's a very simple thing. Get a ham license, one member of the family. Get a ham license so that you are legally able to possess this, and you don't have to worry about it. It's legal to have a ham radio and listen. Yes, but you can do that without one of these. In another scope, I'll teach you about RTL SDR, so you can listen into ham radio on your computer. Okay? So ham channels are limited to ham radio operators only. On these bands, you need a technician license to use this. But these also access GMRS channels, which are the channels accessed by the stupid ones, the stupid blister pack radios. So why get these stupid things that don't have any range? These suckers are very powerful. These have a lot of range.
Channel mode.
I'm like, I better go back. I'm going to park it. WQZA 872 for ID.
Okay, that's GMRS. That guy was talking on
Scanning
GMRS.
beacon.
In there, so hey, we just want to jump in real quick there and say.
Okay, this is ham radio.
To you there, Richard, and hope.
These are Baofengs.
It sounds like it. It sounds like it. So
This is a Baofeng UV 82 HP. This is the most popular one. This is a Baofeng UV5R. $25.
Right.
Buy 10 of these.
You miss it.
Your dad would skip and talk to China. Not with these. You need a different radio for that. You don't say 10.4 in ham radio, Jerry. That's CB days. You do not say 10.4. You'd sound stupid on here. Nobody says 10.4 in this. You just talk normally. Yes, we say 73. Yes. Yeah, so you don't say 10.4, good buddy. What's your 20? Roger, Victor. Victor, Roger. Yes, I'm a ham. Yes, I would. Baofeng. Baofeng. There, it's Chinese. It's very popular. Can you see the spelling there? You just need a technician license to use these. One of you. And then, yes, Amazon. The link is on my YouTube video. This video will be on YouTube. All the links for these radios will be on the YouTube. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay? Now, if you use a phone, you have to dial and all that. I mean, I'm going to tell you, you talk, push to talk. That's it. So I have it in my car, and I just push to talk, and I can call home. So I don't have to do anything. I just talk. Okay? So let's see. I guess it's quiet now in these bands. So let me see. To show you. So these are the blister pack radios, and I can talk to them with my ham radio. So let's call that up.
Channel mode.
I'm going to use a ham radio to talk to
1, 1, 2, 0.
the range of a ham radio.
A little while. They make the
I guess they're still talking.
pretty cheap too. A disco.
I passed the general cause the code started to sound like music. I guess they're still talking, and I already pre-programmed this, and I'm not gonna go change the programming. Okay, I'll change the programming just for now.
1, 2, 1.
Okay. Hello? Hello? Actually, that was bad because I was on high power. Let me go low power. Okay, so this is GMRS. So I'm talking to a blister pack radio on GMRS. Okay? So this is a ham radio and a GMRS radio, if you have the license for it. I do. So in order for me to talk to this, you cannot legally get this with a ham license and talk on GMRS without a GMRS license. So in order to do what I'm doing here, you need 2 licenses, one for the family, one for you. So you need a ham license, which is the hard one to get. The GMRS license does not require anything. Just pay $70, you're done. Pay for it online. Follow all the government pages in there and fill it out, which is really complicated because it's government. But there's no test. Pay $70, you're licensed. Okay, you can use a temporary license and then you get your final license shortly. Why bother getting the license? Because, Vike, if you don't, the FCC guy with his car is going to go find you and take you to Zucking jail. Oh, that's not true, Vike. Watch the videos of the FCC guy with his little screen that can actually triangulate you. No, they can triangulate you. They can triangulate you. No, they will. They don't have better things to do. They will find you. Okay? So, especially these high-powered radios. They don't care about Russian spying. They care about you. So no, don't. All they're not like Facebook trying to track you down for, controlling you and manipulating you, but they do want you to stay within the law. So I'm not going to go. I saw the radio locator truck on Hogan's Heroes. I live in an apartment building. What does that mean? You think they can't find you with a direction finder? I saw the video of the guy with his TV screen on his car that can actually triangulate it. So they can do it. Joel Schultz, forget that. If you don't know what you're buying, you're gonna screw it up. So I have the actual links on the YouTube video. The links are on there. In the 80s, I retransmitted cell calls to the FM band. That will bring you to jail pretty quickly. Okay? So Kelp is suggesting, and I thought Kelp was truly believing in law enforcement. Where do you recommend buying those? I bought them from Amazon. My links are to Amazon. So if you go to my video, this video on YouTube, you will see the Amazon links to the exact models that I'm talking about. Okay? Okay, so what I'm trying to teach you is that these are not really useful for emergencies. These are useless for emergencies. Okay? Because I am not a radio retailer. Okay. What I'm trying to teach you is how to do it right in an emergency. This don't have any range. In a real emergency, what are you going to use this for if they can't even go a quarter of a mile? What kind of purpose could they serve at a quarter of a mile? You tell me. Okay? So I'm telling you right now, you go to Walmart and they sell you these FRS GMRS radios. They said 30-mile range. Suck. Quarter of a mile. They're basically, for the same price, they're toys. Okay? Toys. $25. $29. Maybe a fancy one for $37. Okay? With a sucking range of hundreds of miles, with a repeater, with access to ham bands, police channels, and all of that, marine bands, everything, for $25 to start. Who needs these suckers? Who needs this? Now, why aren't you able to get one of these? Because you need a license. This is why I'm recommending that you get a license. That will give you access to these things. Yes, it's false. It is false advertising. Yes, suck. With a license, can I legally use a handheld over GFRS? No. You need an FRS radio to you can listen though. You can listen to FRS. So I don't have FRS programmed on these. So I just pretty much ban FRS on these because these radios are too powerful for FRS. Why are you worried about Litecoin? BTC is doing well. It's a license required to own and listen without a license. You do not need a license to listen to these, but you know, you do not need a license to listen to this. So no, you cannot call police on it. What if they run out of radio since you're promoting them? China will make more. They're probably raising the price of these because of Trump's tariffs. Trump's tariffs. This one is a UV5R, Baofeng UV5R, the most popular model. They used to be $25 because of Trump. I think they're now $29. They used to be $25. You could program scanner channels. Yeah, you can, but not trunk radio. But I have some police in here.
Mode.
It depends on if your police use trunk radio or not.
Scanning beacon.
The
Actually, how far you are away from us, mate?
yeah, that's ham radio.
It's a suburb of Portland, Oregon. In fact, just to make it easy on yourself, why don't you measure from Portland, Oregon? Because
Well, Great Gold, you might as well get the GMRS license immediately. Yes, I am not selling them. No. Yes, you can. Great Gold, get your credit card out. You can get your GMRS license tonight, and you can order one of these. Okay. You can get the GMRS license immediately. You don't need a test for that. So you get that done, and then get the ham license. Okay. Now legally, I wouldn't touch this and not transmit on this unless I have a ham license. But you can listen. Okay. So I'd rather not suggest to even listen on this without a ham license because you might sit on it and transmit, and then you'd be going against the law. So I'm not going to recommend that. Do it at your own risk. Do you have to hang the license up? No, Vike. Just have it ready if the FCC shows up because you're doing something wrong that you can show your license. No, you do not, Vike. You do not need to. GMRS is not very strict at all. GMRS is not very strict. You can do anything. They're not very strict at all. Okay, real 1%ers. GMRS is not strict at all. Ham radio, of course, are filled with experienced people. So if you mess up, that some of those guys are like they're like radio police. How long does the battery last on the $25 one? For listening? I don't know. All day, I guess. You're 40 years late for a dual band radio game. You're 40 years late for the dual band radio game. What's the big deal about it? It seems like when bitcoins go up, Dutch goes, what do you have to tell government about yourself? Who you're talking to? What the zuck? Okay. That is, okay. So, okay, forget the naysayers in here. They're all wasting our time. So I'm teaching in the proper way, which is this. If you don't know anything, you're gonna go to Walmart and say, "Hey, these are nifty little devices," and there's a version of this that doesn't require a license. They're called FRS, and they look nifty because it says you could talk 30 miles with these, and it's completely false. You're lucky to get a quarter mile. Lucky. Okay, these are garbage. So if you don't have the proper license, the best you can get without a license is an FRS radio at half a watt. I think they increased it up to 2 watts now in some channels. Still crap. Most of them that they sell you is half a watt. This is completely legal. Okay, I mean the FRS does not need a license. Okay, this one, what I'm holding here, it's a combination FRS and GMRS. GMRS requires a license. What does it take to get a GMRS license for these? You fill out a form, pay online, $70, 10 years, done. You can use it. Okay, that's all you need. But then you're stuck with these stupid things that serve no purpose. Okay, who needs this? Do you want this, real 1%ers? Is that what you want? Crap. So that's what I'm teaching you. Crap. Dump the crap. Get these guys. Yes, FRS, just walkie-talkie. But same frequencies. I have a UV 82 HP. I am listening, real 1%ers. You recommended this, yes. I know, real 1%er, you're stating it. Can I not tell? Now, I've had a GMRS license apparently for 10 years, but I forgot all about it. I've had a GMRS license for 10 years. I also have I've had VHF marine radio for decades. What accessories come with it? It comes with battery, charger, headset, antenna, complete, clip on in the back, charger. It's complete. You must have been in the military. Those guys will get your high frequencies radiating. So, in order to be legal with this, I do recommend that you get a ham license and a GMRS license, so then all your family can talk on these kinds of radios. All my UV5R radios are illegal. Well, they're not illegal if you're a ham radio license. So forget about the legality of it. You are allowed to use it if you have a ham radio license, which is why I'm saying get a ham radio license. Yeah, I don't do that because that's not my deal. I don't do HF. I bet he runs a license website. So okay, so in order to move to the same channels but higher class radios that actually accomplish something, you need a license. And how hard is it to get a GMRS license when there's no test? I know they don't have any FCC certification. Yes, big deal. What do you say to your family? You say hello. Hello, Oops. Hello, family. Wrong channel. Oh, volume down. Hello, family. Dad got busted with a super scanner? Technician license not easy, no. GMRS, no testing. You can get your GMRS license tonight. Hello, family. I'm hungry. I have no food. FRS, walkie-talkie, garbage. But I can talk with this. Okay, this is a UV82 HP, 8 watts with a Nagoya antenna. Okay, so you can order pizza on it. I'm in. Use your Zucking phone. Double vision. Use your Zucking spy brick. Antenna is included, yes, but not this kind of antenna. What's included is the short antenna. The rubber ducky is included. Yeah, rubber ducky is included, but if you want the Nagoya, that's $16. Okay, this kind of antenna is $16. Why would I want to talk about crystals? My 8 watt UV5R goes deep. A UV5R is 5 watt. So what the zuck are you talking about? Can't be the same model. That's the UV5R, it's 5 watt, which is actually only 3 watts. Okay, This Nagoya is $16. I don't know where he gets it for $10, but on Amazon this one is $16. That's what I paid for it. Okay, so with a Nagoya, it actually does increase the range quite a bit. I'm talking to a repeater with this that's 35 miles away. It's not, what model is it exactly? It's not a UV5R. It's a UV5 something else. That's not a UV5R. There's some other digits behind it then. Is panic over China? Yeah, so these are all made in China. They probably raised the price of these just because of Trump. Okay, $16 just says quality. Rob is so qualified in some areas he forgets about them. Wish I had that problem. What do you think? What do you think to family? These are Satoy. I have some. I also have tri-band 2 meters, 125 and 7. These are tri-band actually. This one is Baofeng. Yes, yes, Baofeng. Okay, these are Cobras. Crap, Cobra. Did they make CV radios too? Cobra. Crap. Throw the crap away. This is crap. You need help with the scope. But to those building a Baofeng, you're providing hope. I'm providing hope to the people of China. I don't really care. I don't believe in putting tariffs on because I think tariffs are crap. I don't want to pay extra for these. If they cost $25, it should be $25. I don't want to have to give $4 to the federal government. I thought you were watching HSN. I'm not selling this double Zucking Vision. I am not selling this. I'm teaching you what to do. I'm teaching you this is crap. This is amazing for $25. How long take me to get my ham license? A week. But I'm getting my general license, which I was going to test last Saturday and I did not. I hope the knife show's next. The best $25. What do I think about Zodiac, the boat? I have a Zodiac. Yeah, a Zodiac inflatable. What is the 25? Does the 25 have an external option? 2 nights ago, I could get the 8-watt for 14 each. Now they're 42. Zuck, you know. Trump is putting tariffs on these Zuckers. Yes, you have to study hard for a ham license. Yes. Yes, I have a yacht, Vike. I have fond memories of ham field days. There you go, Jerry. So I don't really do, I don't really talk much on these, I'm more of an experimenter. Like an external speaker option. You can get Bluetooth. Hamtestonline.com. Can you talk to truckers in it? No. Can't compete with the UV5R. You are absolutely right, real 1%ers. Why not just build a ham radio from scratch? You're going to build something from scratch when you can buy one for $25? Suck. $25. Oh, I really want to build one myself of this kind with this kind of buttons and everything for $25. Okay. Scratch is in short supply, so it's a dead sucking hobby. Well, if the SHTF, what are you gonna do? Oh, there's an earthquake in California. There's no cell towers. What am I gonna do? Zuck you. I got these. I can talk to people. I can talk to people. Besides, I'm not spied on by Zucking Zuck. Ham is $15 for the license. Yes, $15. The fee is the lowest, the least of your worries. Is there a belt clip included? Yes, double vision. It is included. California will secede and be cut off from the rest of the USA. No, California will have an earthquake, and then California will be in the ocean anyway, so it'll be separated from the continental U.S. Did you say $25 for no? A Baofeng H82 HP is $62. 445 for the 4045 for the manual. Cell phones go down. I can talk to my 90-year-old mother. 46 watt. That's right, real 1%ers. Exactly. I meant shortwave is dead. It's all online now. Yeah, we don't care about the online because when the internet is sucking down and you have no power, this is the only thing that will work. Do you guys understand that you can charge these with portable solar chargers for, you can get one for $40, charge this in the sun, and you can power it all day, probably several of these, with just one charger for $40, and you can communicate with the world while nobody else has any communications. Only the guys that thought ahead and have these, not these. If you're not paying attention to me, you're going to buy these suckers, or nothing at all. Either buy the suckers or these stupid walkie-talkies that are useless, and you're going to say, that's not going to be useful in real emergency. This is what you want. Who's the prepper? I've been a prepper before prepper was a thing. Well, you know, although I'm not officially a prepper, I believe in a lot of stuff that preppers believe in, which is why. How much freeze-dried food do you recommend? Internet is down. It will have to be really bad. People will be delirium. Okay, now, if the internet is down, this is not enough. What else do you need? What else do you need when the internet is down? If the internet is down, you need this. This is what you need. Okay? That's what you need. This and this. You have 68 of them? Why do you have 68 zucking UV ham and guns? Don't forget the 1911. Now this is getting nutty. Zuck your guns. This is not a real gun. It's a toy. For goodness sakes, it's a toy. It's a replica. Yes, it's a fake gun. The reviews on Amazon say only go 5-6 miles. Forget the reviews on zucking Amazon. Eagle source. Forget that. These are ham radios. They use repeaters. I talk to people at hundreds of miles away, 200 miles away. I'm talking to people in San Diego. At 30 miles away, simplex, meaning direct, no repeater, I can hear radios, from the police where I live from 30 miles away. I can hear them directly from this. These are ham radios. They're completely functional ham radios. If you have a license, think of what it exposes you to. You can actually use a real zucking radio instead of the crap that they sell at zucking Walmart. They're talking about, believe it or not, when you listen to the radio, they're talking about how they're getting zucked on the internet with Zuck. I'm actually amazed that they're talking my talk. Amazon reviews is fairly democratic. I have a Baofeng, works fine. Just need to plug into computer program. Yes, you need the $20 cable. Can't get any cheaper. You need a $20 computer cable, and you can program these. That's correct, real 1%ers, but that's why, in order to prevent that, I reprogram it for the GMRS family users to only have GMRS channels. Okay? So if one of you has a ham license, you have access to all of this. You can legally have this. Then you program it so that your family can have GMRS channels so they don't mess up. And you're all licensed in GMRS as well, and then you're all set to go. And you can use the high-powered radios, and GMRS does not require any kind of test. So you can go apply for it. I put the link on the GMRS license on my YouTube video. No. Yes, these are these are Part 97 or ham radio, which is Part 97 devices, but they have access to Part 90. Okay, that's why they're awesome. But they're not going to be awesome if you don't have a license. Okay, they're not going to be awesome if you do not have a license. $24.50 on the Amazon link that I gave you. Get the no code tech. There's none of them require code anymore. No ham license. If you flunk ham test, then what? Take it again. You can take it as many times as you want. You could even take it twice at the same time. You can pass the test with memorization. You can just check the box that says yes, I have a license. You can just check the box that says who cares about FCC? Trump eliminate FCC field offices. Okay, real one percenters wants you to go against the law. I am not suggesting that at all. I'm just telling you, get a license and you will have so much capability and power with these, and it's just fun. To think that your neighbor doesn't have a ham radio, they don't have access, and you do. Oh, you can test twice in the same sitting. You can take the test, and then you fail and say, can I take the test again? Yes, you can. Okay, everyone will know you flunked ham school. They don't know that you flunked ham school because they don't post your grade. How did you take your ham license test on? You don't take a test online. You have to go to the testing location. So I went to the testing location. Is FCC a banned three-letter agency? No, Kelp, you can say FCC all day. Hams are very forgiving. Not on the air. If you go on the air and you don't know how to use these, and you are disrespecting the law, like you're not announcing your call sign, you'll be screamed at by the ham police. Ham police. They tell you you're too old for ham school. I'll talk to the Bar Harbor, Maine every day on 2 meters. Okay, I keep mishearing you tonight. The testing location is an Irish pub. Really? The Baofengs are... Yeah, so anyway... Can the ham police triangulate you? I just saw the video of the FCC guy with a tracker scanner on his car, and he can track and scan radio frequencies and triangulate, and showed us how to do it. The guy was pretty upfront, showing how there's YouTube videos on this. Okay, so real 1% wants you to not follow the law. I went to ham testing location and asked for some ham. They said they didn't have any. They're Jewish. From 10 years ago. So anyway, our ham radio testing site is kosher here as well. Okay. But motivation for getting them has to be some other crime. They should be defunded if... What the fuck are you talking about, Kelp? So, anyway, I'm giving you a plan of action that will get you these handy little things that are just... and they're kind of fun, too. It's like these park rangers. I don't know why they put so much into making sure people pay their $15. Track and scan triangulation was 8 years ago. All the field police are gone. No, there was a recent video. Great hobby, but stupid name, ham radio. Real 1%er says, says that the field police are gone, but Peter, there's a bunch of videos on YouTube of current FCC police actually hunting you down. So they're there. There's in videos that are on YouTube. Are you telling me they're fake? Are you telling me they're fake? Show us your portable solar charger for your setup. I don't have a portable charger yet. I need to get one. It would be a good you hammer people, you don't understand them, who just got home. They must be pretty bored. Whatever. Okay. So anyway, Yeah, so maybe they have less police now, FCC police, but they certainly are on YouTube. Maybe they do that on purpose. It's new, real one, Peter. It's new. They're new. They're new. They're new videos. So, and then somebody was running a fake station, and they filmed it's a bunch of videos on scaredy cats. Well, if you're in a big city, you're in a big city. I'm in a big city. If you're in a big city, you worry about it more. If you're in a little town, you probably worry about it less. Okay, in a big city, they probably have somebody working it, but in a small town, probably they don't have time to waste for that. So I agree. They may not have, the energy to waste time in a small location. Can you broadcast to North Korea and tell them they're being brutalized? Actually, in case you didn't know, you cannot transmit ham radio to North Korea. What is a good GMS like listen to in California? I tried several. Well, there are not that many. They're all repeaters. If you're broadcasting music, yes. Yeah, there's money involved. They probably have a BMI guy looking for music, and if they see music, they're gonna say, "Zuck, we'll call the FCC on you." They can't afford the $16. So anyway, anyway, that's so this will be fun. I talked to Athens, Georgia on my UE5R Saturday. What is your exact model? Because the UE5R is not rated for 8 watts. So, go look at the exact model number because the UV5R is not 8 watts. By the way, Peter, they actually tested these UV5Rs and they actually only kick out 3 watts. So the $25 is only 3 watts. This one, which is an 8-watt version, this kicks out 7 point something watts. So that's pretty good. For solar charger, it's no, you go look. Come on, real 1%ers. You're telling me the specs are lying. I mean, I just watched the video and they just tested these UV5Rs at max power and they kicked out 3 watts. Not the stated 5, 3. Okay, then it's not, the model is not UV5R, it's UV5 something, something, something. Okay? It's not the exact model. You're not giving me the exact model. I mean, there's like 10 million different UV5s. UV5SX, UV5X3, UV5, there's so many letters. UV5 plus, UV5, whatever. Yeah, which one? I checked it at MIT. Well, I'll show you the video. 3 watts. How come there's not numbers in the corner saying how many are sold? I don't sell this, okay? It's a UV5R. Okay, sure. TP. So it's a UV5R TP. There's a TP on it. Did you use like a special gain antenna, like a 5 dB antenna or something? 1,000 hams are now gone. Rob is selling 4K more. Call now. Why do some people think ham is expensive, or is it just HF? HF is expensive. Ham. I mean, 70 centimeter and 2 meter band is not. That's a different model. TP. That's not this model. This is a standard UV5R. This is what Zuckerberg cost. 2019, we're resorting to ham radio. Damn that man. Yes. GT3HP should be 4 watts. Yeah, so those are HT HT? No, I'm talking about HF. The model Ron's selling is better. Go to Ron. Yes. Okay. So yes. So HF radio. So you're telling me, Peter, that you tell somebody to go to Amazon, search for UV5R, and they're going to get 8 watts. Is that what you're telling me? A random person is going to search Amazon, say, I'm going to buy a Baofeng UV5R. It's going to be 8 watts. Well, they're not going to get 8 watts. This is 8 watts. Are you saying this is not 8 watts? This is 8 watts. So you're saying this Baofeng is not 8 watts. This one has 3 power levels: 1 watt, 5 watts, and 8 watts. So you're saying this is not 8 watts. Okay, so if you want to believe what Peter's saying about the real 1%ers, about these, go check the spec yourself. I don't want you to come back to me and say I don't want you to come back to me and say I gave you wrong information. As far as I'm aware, these are there are no the TP. This is not a TP. This is a standard UV5R. There's no TP on this. Okay? There's no TP on this. This is just a standard UV5R. No zucking word called TP on it. There's no TP on anything. It's $25. Okay? There's no word TP on this. These are 5 watts. If you find, there's many models of this. So just be aware. So there are many models of this, and even there are many releases of this. No, I do not know who Dr. Ed Wong is. Okay, I have a relative who has a ham license. He claims he spoke to the astronauts in the space station. Yes, you can speak to the astronauts in the space station with ham radio. They all have a ham radio license. That is actually a part of the test. Yes, the space station is specifically part of the test for ham license. And so you're using a dual band antenna, and you're saying I'm using the special high gain antenna, and I'm getting 8 watts on it. ERP, and you're comparing it to what this is a standard one that you get from Amazon, with no special thing on it. It's just the same zucking rubber ducky. Okay, so just so we know. If you're going to modify it, then you may have different results. I just want to make sure we understand. Anyway, it's not a problem. I mean, if there's a TP version with higher wattage, then just be aware of that, and you may have to pay more. What about sunspots? Does that cause you to possibly talk to people further away? That's on HF. That has nothing to do with these. That's HF radio starlight. That has nothing to do with these. These don't get affected by that. In fact, they may get better reception. Okay, these are line of sight radios. They don't propagate. What are TP? This is not TP. Humans are strange creatures. No? Okay, these are not TP. None of these have a TP on it. So the average is 200 miles. There's our repeaters on these. So I've talked to a repeater, easily direct to a repeater with this antenna here. Indoors, the repeater is 40 miles away, and that repeater covers hundreds of miles. So yeah, I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised at the clarity. Mitchell T. It's very, very clear. So at 40 miles with a repeater, I'm coming extremely clear with this. Indoors. and you might get better results. You have to program codes to hit a repeater. Yeah. What Real 1% is talking about is the exact thing I'm talking about with programming this. This is very hard to program by hand. So what you do is you get a cable to connect this to your computer, and you use a program called Chirp, and then they're very, very easy to program. Let's not, Peter, let's not get into fighting here, please. Okay, they're very, very easy to program with Chirp. So you get the cable and you can program these, and you can duplicate this. If you have the same model, you can put in all your desired frequencies and export it to the, no, not the $20 cable. Okay, the $8 or the cheap cables don't always work. So you have to get something that has the right chip on it, the chip on the cable. So the proper one is about $21. And it will just save you time and energy to use that one. It's the one officially sanctioned by Baofeng, by BTech. Let's no swearing here, Peter. Let's just keep it cool. Let's not fight here. There's no point for that. Yeah, now they tell you don't use that. They say use the $20 one. So everyone else has shown that there are many problems. It's got touch and go with the cheap cables. So don't use the cheap cables, or you might end up returning them. Is it worth getting a service plan for the plug? No. So $25. $25. Well, with Trump's tariffs, maybe 29 now. I don't know. I don't know probably $29 now. Why don't you post a link to the $8 cable that you're suggesting, Peter? Why don't you post a link? Because I'm telling you, the one recommended by BTech is $20. So there is no $8 version of. If there was one, I'd buy it. Okay. They say this is the only official cable that we recommend, and it's the $20 version. So I'm zucked. There's nothing I can do. Okay. Post it on the video on YouTube. Tell me, oh yeah, here's the link. It's $8. Whatever works for you. I'm not gonna go try it. There's videos saying, I don't know why you're so angry, Peter. Why are you so angry tonight? It doesn't matter. You buy them. I'm recommending what works for people. I'm not here going to recommend something that's not going to work. This is what you're saying, Peter, that you're recommending that I recommend radios that are 8 watts that are not. There are no specs that say they're 8 watt. You're saying they are, but there's no links that my YouTube links, my links on Amazon say 5 watts, so I'm recommending 5 watts. Okay, and then you're saying there's a cable for $8. Well, the cable that recommended by which I bought is $20. There are YouTube videos saying buy the $20 version, so I bought the $20 version. Now you're telling me that there's an $8 version, and I don't know where that link is because I don't have a link from BTech that says there's an $8 version. The one from BTech, and I bought it from BTech, is $20. Okay, it is from BTech, and they charge $20. So I don't know what to tell you. So I don't want to give wrong information because you found some bargain that's no longer true. So the link from BTech is $20. I know real 1%er. You can say that, but if you disagree with what I'm saying, give them the actual link and prove it. Okay? Because you're asking me to recommend something that I don't have any facts on. I have facts on this. I researched this. I bought them myself just to make sure. So I bought the cable for this. Do not buy. The official. Just so you know, from YouTube, there are many, many cables that don't work. So you may end up buying it and having to buy it again. It's okay if I'm wrong, Peter. It's okay if I'm wrong, but at least the cable will work. The cable that I'm recommending will work. I don't get any. I don't sell the cables. I'm just telling you where it is. I don't sell it. I don't care if you buy the cable or not. That doesn't matter to me. Okay, but I don't want you to get the wrong cable. So I'm suggesting the proper way. Now, let's talk about that again. Okay, let's talk about that again. When you, this is how it works. The cable's kind of weird. Okay, because on the side of these units, there's two jacks. That's the way the cable works. They're two. It's almost like two headphone jacks, a small one and a big one. Okay, and you plug the cable into this. Then you plug the one into USB. So you plug it to the USB, and then you download this free software. It's called Chirp, and I couldn't get it running the first time on my Windows, they don't really explain what you have to do. They don't really explain, and I had to go figure out what was so I had to figure out what you have to do, because it's when you run this Chirp program, it's saying enter the COM port number, and you're saying, well, I don't have a COM port. I have a I know that, Peter. I have a USB. I don't know what the COM port number is for this. So I had to go figure it out. And then it's like, suck. Now, it's really simple now that I know it, but nobody ever said it. I had to go to Device Manager on Windows, which is like, how many people are going to know this? And I got to look at the COM port available on my Device Manager on Windows and find what the COM port was that the USB triggered in. And because they don't say that in the documentation. Nothing. It's not even mentioned. Off to bed, Brian. Okay. So, so anyway, yes, Brian. So, no, it works on all of them, but I'm just saying my difficulty was with the Windows one. And then I learned that you don't really know the COM port. So you got to find out what the COM port is. And that's the real headache. It's not documented that you got to go find the COM port. Okay? You got to go find the COM port. Anyway. So that's all you need is that cable. You plug into the computer, and then I'm going to tell you, programming this by hand is like zucking incredibly difficult. Oh, Simon, it is not COM port 6. No. There were so many videos. COM port 6, COM port 12, COM port 3, COM port 2. It's like, no, wrong. You have to find the COM port that the USB assigned, which you're not going to know unless you go to Device Manager on your sucking computer. You're not going to know it. So you can sit there and program COM port 1 to COM port whatever till you're blue in the face and then go try to figure it out. Okay? So, no, kind of a pain in the butt. So nothing in the instructions told me what COM port it was, and they didn't explain what I'm looking for. I once saw a man with a blue face who drowned. What? So you want to talk about my Anytone? I don't have an Anytone. Is that cheaper? Is that $20? Anyway. Before the tariff from China, they're $25. Look in settings what COM port is used. Yes, Weifu can. Tell me how you're going to look in settings. Can you give me the proper instructions? How am I going to look in settings? Where in the settings am I going to look? Why don't you tell them? What size car can you park in a comport? So not 25 in Windows. Yes, we can. Because you say, go in settings and you'll figure out the comport. This is why I stopped following you. It's okay, Peter. You don't have to follow me. It's not. Why do you not? Why? Because you disagree? I don't even know what we're disagreeing about. I don't use DMR. Yeah, Peter's here right now. Why is Peter so angry? I don't know. There's a stupid user's manual, but if you think you can learn from the user's manual, good luck. I couldn't figure it out from a user manual. It's incredibly difficult to use. It doesn't matter that if you disagree with my info, Peter, because my information is verified because I just did it. Okay? I just bought this one today. So I know what I bought. I bought this one today. I went to Amazon, UV5R, 5 watts. You're telling me I'm lying. Okay. I bought it from Amazon. It's 5 watts. Okay. I bought this from Amazon some time ago. 8 watts. I bought the cable. It's 20 watts. $20. It works. It's not $8. Is that the SM antenna? It doesn't matter what I know. Real 1%ers, just put a link to what you think is the proper one. And if somebody buys it and it doesn't work, they can blame you. But nobody will blame me because everything I'm talking about is verified because I just bought these now. Okay, all of these I just bought now and tested and tried it. It works. Period. I don't know what you're saying I'm wrong about. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay? These are all verified and true. All the links are in the YouTube video, and they actually do work. Okay? I forgot I can talk over here. You should talk over here. I've seen the end work good. I've seen end work good. Amazon, it's now $29. The second link took you to a B-Tech radio. Yeah, that's true. I put a B-Tech radio. It's whatever is on Amazon. You don't have a Radio Shack. I do. Well, that's true. But I have a boat with tons of radios on it. I got a lot of marine radios. So it's like, who has the bigger, I have a bigger tool than you. Well, it doesn't matter. Why don't you give people information and if they can decide for themselves if it's right or wrong. Marine radios are good. I have a lot of marine radios. I have a, yes, I have a fake gun. Right, correct. My antenna is huge. Well, my VHF antenna is 50 feet up. 55 feet up. I used to love Radio Shack. You're saying, of course, they love giving you a hard time to get you going. Sponge, I'm not dealing with somebody I don't know here. This is Peter that I've known for a long time. So I don't know why Peter is in a... Yes, Peter. I don't have any real ones, as you know, so that's okay. I don't have any real ones. I see multiple. Exactly what the problem is. Bomba boom. So that's why I gave you links. Unfortunately, this may be being impacted by Trump's tariffs. So the prices are going crazy in the last day or so. So they may be being affected by Trump's tariffs. You talked me into getting the 8-watt model. I didn't talk you into getting the 8-watt because here's the problem. I would probably keep the 8-watt to the guy with the license. Kids and guns, not a good not a good match. Yeah. Uh, anyway, uh, yeah. So I have a license. License for what? License for the gun or license for the radio? So anyway, the problem with the I don't know what it is, but all you house robbers head over to Rob's house since he just broadcast he has no real guns. Yes, yes. Sponge just told you that since I have no real guns, you can come over here and check out my lack of real guns. And yes, you can try the experiment and see. Because Peter said I have no real guns, so I must not have real guns. So I only like toy guns. So I only like toy guns. Yes, I'm a toy gun guy because this is a toy gun. Okay, don't what? So how many watts on that B-Tech? Is that the 8-watt version? So on mine here, I have, this is the 8-watt, this is the 5-watt. That's what I'm saying, LG Knight. It's impossible to get your entire family license. Impossible. That's why you combine GMRS and ham. Right. It's so yeah, one of the links is the 8 watts. Any dude who flashes a gun is suspicious. You could always throw that. Yes, Sponge. It could hit him in the head. Okay, so yeah, so let's summarize what I'm talking about because I don't want to confuse the issue here because we're getting to. I don't know why when I talk ham radio, then everyone who claims to be a ham radio for 60 zucking years comes here and tells me they know more. It's like, who cares? I don't care if you know more. Okay? I don't care if you know more. I'm here to teach. If you want to teach, go fucking broadcast. Okay? I don't show the guns I carry. Do I show the guns I carry? Okay. So anyway, back to what I'm talking about. Let's summarize what I'm talking about. I'm trying to make sure that you're aware these are useless for emergencies. These are useless. Waste of money. You buy these at the store and they say you pay, $50 for a pair or something, and you say, it's okay, real. Why are you swearing, Peter? Why are you swearing? Okay, why are you swearing? Is that proper behavior to be swearing? Do I really care if I need to know who Ed Wong is? Does he know who I am? Why do I need to care who he is? It's not material to me. Okay. Let's focus on what I'm trying to teach and not what other people are trying to confuse the issue with, okay? Okay. I'm trying to teach and I'm getting interrupted about teaching. That's all I'm trying to explain here is, I don't know, we're getting disrupted with $8 cables and all this nonsense that have nothing to do, and it say, oh, you can buy these for $15. $15 for Baofeng. Well, show me where you can get $15 for sucking Baofeng, and let's go with it. Okay. So okay, I'm just going to deal with reality here, okay? What I'm trying to tell you is do not waste your time on these. These don't need a license. These are a waste of time. Waste of time. These are ham radios. They're very powerful. They're very cheap. These used to be $25 before the tariffs. Okay? Used to be $25. This was $62. Okay? And if you have these and you have a GMRS license and a ham license, your entire family can use the radios. With some planning, you put the family on GMRS because it's a family license, And then the one with a ham radio license can access all the channels, including GMRS. And now you have a complete communication system for emergencies. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to explain here. And too much interruption for things that don't really pertain. You can buy radios at truck stops. It's what, CB radios? What do they sell? Do not buy these without a license. Come on, guys. I teach you to get a license. Get a license. Okay, get a license. That's all I'm saying. Do it the proper way. Chicken band. Okay, so any more complaints? But if you don't have a license, you can skip the GMRS. If you don't have a family, you can skip the GMRS. Like, that's correct, Sponge. Absolutely correct. If you don't have a family, you can skip the GMRS. Yes, that is correct. How much is the license? A ham license is not about the fee. It's only $15. Ham license is about studying for it because there is a test. A GMRS license does not have. You want to punch me for 55% of bad info. So the good info, according to you, Peter, is that you can buy a Baofeng for $15 for 8 watts. Show me the link where you can buy that. And that this is actually 8 watt when I can clearly see this is 5 watts. And actually, there are actual tests on YouTube that show that this is only 3 watts. And he's saying that you can buy the cable for $8 from B-Tech when the cable that I bought from B-Tech is $20. So I'm the guy with the wrong information. Okay, so whatever. So if my information is wrong, he says, don't worry about the license. You can be don't get a license because it doesn't matter. That's all from this is the 55% that I'm supposed to be wrong on. So if you believe that, then go follow Peter. Otherwise, that's my advice. I'm not going to go here. I'm not going to go here and give you information that's not legal. I'm going to stick to the legal. I'm legal. I have a license. I have a license for all this. I have a GMRS license that I've had for 10 years ago, plus a renewal. And I have a ham license, and I'm studying for I'm going to take the test for my general license shortly. I'm going to study and take the test. Thank you. I was going to look this a few months ago, but let it go. Now you have hyped me to finally do it. I don't know what the issue is. So anyway, by the way, there's as you will find in ham radio, there's a lot of people who been doing this for a while and will cite various laws and whatever. Peter's actually the opposite of that, but the vast majority of the geniuses of ham radio are like, they're like letter of the law types. They're going to say, that is not an official, FCC certified device, so you can't tell them to buy that. It's like, fuck you. Okay? If it's being sold, I'm going to buy it. License is just getting in the way of real fun. Okay. So as long as you're licensed, there's really no problem getting these, even if these were or not. If this were approved or not approved by the FCC, it makes no difference because the license allows you to transmit on these frequencies. So I'm not going to go worry about it. You think because you know stuff you know about radios. I don't know what you're saying, real 1%er. What exactly are you saying? What's wrong? That you disagree with the numbers, the dollar amounts? What are you exactly complaining about? You're saying that stuff I bought today is wrong. Yeah, so the prices you gave are right. The numbers I gave are wrong, even though I just bought it zucking today. I'm wrong. Okay, fine. You're right. Why don't you give me the links to me for me to buy what you're saying, and then I'll return this and get new ones based on your links, and then I'll come back tomorrow and say, oh yeah, I've got new links that are cheaper because real 1%ers gave me the cheaper one. I've been sucking with radios for 40 years. Okay, I've also been sucking with radios probably as long as you, just not ham. I've been messing with it for 5 years. Let's see. I had my CB radio in when? I think I had a CB radio in 1979. Marine radios, 80 something. Something like that. So anyway. Back in the heyday of CB. So what study program are you using to study for him? I already have a license. You had a CB license when you're how old? 9 years old? I was a CGer in CGer or CBer. Most truckers still use CB radios. I don't think anybody. I probably threw my CB radio away. I don't know where it is anymore. When they start asking the same questions, getting later. Okay, so anyway, I don't even know what we're arguing about because I'm being told that what I'm saying is wrong, but I don't exactly know what we're fighting about. It's like, oh, your price is wrong. It's not $20. It's $8. It's not $25. It's $15. Yeah, it's always cheaper. It's always half price. So whatever. I'm asking which, if any, program did you study with? I did not study when I took my. I read. Sponge, I got the ARRL General License book, which I linked in my video. That's the book I learned to study the tech license on. And then there's another book that I'm using for the general license, which I will take shortly. It's half price until I decide to buy one. You got the big book? They're all big books, and they're all expensive. So, yeah, so it's linked in the video. I threw my CB away in the 1980s. I still had a CB until probably the 1990s. I still had it in my possession. I don't think I installed it in my car anymore. I'm not going to tell you, real 1%ers. You actually want me to announce my... and I have two because I have a GMRS license as well. The 1-inch thick spiral bound big. You have a CB radio, and they still use CB radios today for you. Wefucan in your area? I don't know if anybody uses it here. Start a fad for hipster gang. CB in your new car. Brack 666. He won't answer his call letters. Yes, I will not tell you my call letters for obvious reasons. My call letters? Why are they called letters? What happened to the number? Do you really know how PL tones work? Camaro Jeff, PL tones. These are set to CTSS right? CTCSS right now. Okay, what do you think, Camaro Jeff? What do you think the CTCSS tones are going to do? The battery packs are not compatible. They got to match the exact model. There you go, real 1%ers. That's why you're not going to hear what what my call is. You are not going to hear what my call is. Isn't that obvious? Why don't you type your call? Don't worry about my call. You worry about your call. Type it in if you want. If you want to type in your call, you can do so. And then we'll send you a postcard. I don't want to get any postcards. So I'm not going to tell you what my call is. If you have any argument with my call, then that's a different problem. Okay, so anyway, Chimera Jeff, these are set right now to CTCSS tones, okay? It's okay, real 1%er. Does it matter? It's like, I don't know what you're like, I don't know what you're, what are you selling us tonight? I don't know what you're selling. Okay, I'm trying to educate and you're trying to tell people an incorrect story. Okay, everything I'm saying is half price for you. Okay, fine. Which is really your disagreement, that everything is half price. Okay, who's Ron? I didn't know Ron was here. Okay, thank you, Angel Service 84. Okay, so back to this. So CTCSS tones are really, if you give your radio to your wife and your wife doesn't want to hear anybody else talk, so you mask everybody else talking so they only hear you. However, everyone can hear you, so it's kind of like, it's great for giving it to your wife. So he's wrong again. Angel Service? I'm not sure what you mean there. So anyway, now I'm like confused about what I'm talking about. So what are you suggesting, real 1%ers? Would you like to call the FCC on me here? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? You're going to call the FCC on me because I'm not really licensed? Would you like to give me the test again? Would you like to ask me a test question? Is that what you're asking? Okay. I don't know what the issue is. This is like anybody here questioning if I have a license? If you're really yeah, it is getting silly. Okay. So if you're questioning if I have a license, do not watch my broadcast. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine. You're thinking I don't have a license. Why are you watching? Seriously. Oh my gosh. I'm glad that you can't find me. If you really can't find me, then we are. I'm glad. Yes. Why would I be talking about this if I didn't have a license? I'm telling you to get a license. So I will. I'm actually telling you that I'm gonna study or take my general. Do you have a pen and pencil handy? No, but I got a phone. I can type it in. That's okay, real 1%er. You can say that. It's not true, but you can say that. Okay? I was in World War I. Okay. So I guess this is funny because now we're getting into a situation where you are YouTube K7AGE. Are you really K7AGE? Okay, we'll check. Real 1%er says he has a license. So is that your real license, K7AGE? Okay. You're extra. Awesome. Stop it with your list radios. Oh, it's the guy on YouTube is the extra. Instead of reporting, he's busy typing. Who does vids? He's saying K7AGE does vids. He's an extra. I never gave. Well, why don't you give us your number? Those walkie-talks are Fisher-Price brand and have fun tones and LED and LEDs when you press the buttons. That's right, Angel Service. Angel Service. Angel Service, is that the same Angel with a real name, with a change of name? It's a Cali local. K7AGE is a Cali local. Well, Peter is in Boston. No, give me yours. Let me check up yours. Let me check yours. You first. Then we're not going to give you. So why should I give you when you can't give it to me? You're not licensed, apparently. Okay, you're like faking us here. Oh gosh, I don't know why we're arguing here. Why are you in a bad mood? Peter's my friend, and he's like on me tonight. I don't know why. I thought Peter was a friend of mine. Apparently not. I dare you to drive 1 mile away and see how good those things work. They won't. 1 mile? Crap. BR549. What the fuck is that? Your prison number? That's your prison number, Sponge? Yes, just tell me specifically what the bad info is and correct it. So you're saying buy cables for $8 instead of $20. Buy Baofeng radios for $15 instead of $25. And use the devices without an FCC license. It's okay. That's his side. That's not me. Okay. Well, you're helping now, but it's giving me wrong information. I found the best thing to test EMPs on price-wise. Dollar store calculators. License plate number from Hee Haw. Junior sample. Use Scarlet. So next time, I don't know what your license is, Peter. I don't know what your license is. Quiz question. Which country has the most ham licenses after the U.S.? I believe it's the U.K. Simon? It's amazing that there's very few ham operators in some countries, like the Middle East. Very, very few. No, Australia does not have that many. No, UK. So a lot of the they're called DX. UK's ninth, really? What is it, Canada? Really? It's ninth? So which one? I'm curious now. I actually don't know. I have no idea. Japan is second? Wow. Wow. That's awesome. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And the reason I don't know is because most people who talk, DX, that's when you do skip propagation, they're mostly doing it with the UK. Do you know that every ham radio has to identify with a call sign every 10 minutes, Camaro Jeff? That is, you are wrong. 10 minutes. You will fail the test, Camaro Jeff. It's 10 minutes. You don't have to say it every 10 seconds. Just every 10 minutes. Otherwise, you'll fail the test. Crazy. Getting too much crazy information here. So, anyway. This is kind of fun if you actually can get into this hobby because, in theory, I can talk to Peter on this. We can go do D-Star, for example. Thailand? Really? I thought China was not allowed to use amateur radio. I didn't think they were allowed to use amateur radio in China. Very interesting. So, what was I saying? If you're a ham, I will know you. If you're a ham, I will know you. I want to make sure you don't know me. Okay? I will make sure you don't know me. You're good. I thought it was every 5 or it was every 4 or 5 minutes. No, it's 10. So if I don't know this, I will not pass the general test. So I want to make sure I pass the general test. I think I will easily pass the general test, but I was gonna take the test last Saturday, but it collided with Mother's Day activities, so I wasn't able to do it. But I want to get my general. So some of you have different intents with a ham license. I'm a little bit different. Somebody like Peter may use it for doing HF communications and so on. That's not what I do. The reason I have a license is for radio testing. So I test with hacking things. I have hacking devices. I have hacking. Listen to this, real one percenter. I have hacking devices that actually broadcast transceivers that are used for making cell towers and things like that, okay? Which I did not have today here, but that's what I use these for. I'm doing experiments with radio frequency, such as how to make a stingray. Okay, so that's the kind of thing I'm focused on. I don't really spend much time talking on ham radio because I'm really more about the true meaning of ham radio, which is to experiment. So I'm an experimenter. When are you going to be selling the Brax Ray? I don't know. It's not for sale. So I have equipment for doing. You interfere with your neighbor's reception. No, Weefu can. You do what is called a dummy load. Weefu can. You do not want to broadcast with interference. That's why you need a ham license, so you know what not to do. So in testing, I'm only testing in a laboratory setting. You can get way out there. Yes, Camaro Jeff, that's correct. But I don't even need that. Even on this, I've already gotten hundreds of miles with this. I can hear. There's some. There's some DMR and D-Star repeaters here, so you actually can see everyone everywhere. Do I know? You know what? I do know, but hey, Angels, you seem like a very friendly type. You like my remote control sailboat. Angels, you're very friendly type. You should join us on Brax.me. That's where we all talk. Brax.me. That's another thing that I want to participate in is creating a hamnet. So you need a ham license to do a hamnet. So I think I will create my own Ardennes mesh network, which is one of the things I'm going to test with ham license. So that's really my interest is how to use it for the technology that I'm familiar with. And hello, Brick Heart. I want to use it for the things I'm very good at, which is computer stuff, and use it in the context of ham radio. So that is my objective. Peter is on Brax.me. I think he closed his account, though. May have closed his account. I'm not sure. But is it true that older radios use crystal to function? The very, very original radios use crystal, but they're fixed frequency because it oscillates only on the frequency of the crystal. So they're not really useful today. But yeah, you can build kind of a toy radio with one frequency and maybe, let's say, AM radio, and just listen to it with a crystal. Yes, that's correct. So that's something that you can do. So yes, my interest is a little bit more advanced than do I have to pay for my Brax? To suck. Where did I ever ask you to pay for a Brax, Peter? You should build one. No, I will not build one. That's pointless. Did I ever ask you to pay for Brax? You still have your weed room that you abandoned, Peter. You abandoned your weed room, and Weifu can. I will post. Make one. Peter was on Brax long before you, Great Gold. So I don't know why Peter's in a bad mood. He does get like that once in a while, but I don't understand. What's ailing you today, Peter? Peter will post my weed and say it's his. Yeah, you already posted your weed. I can see your weed. I know. I'm not arguing with the facts. Low blood sugar, whatever. Peter's going through a bad mood 1% of the time. The 1%er has to do with motorcycles. The 1% has to do with motorcycles. Do you have the program on your PC to program the frequencies? Yes. Benzin. It's called Chirp. It's free. It's called Chirp. You can download it free. It's just a little tricky the first time to figure out the COM port. Yeah, but you're like you are trolling me because you're stating things that you don't want to back up, and then you're saying, "Oh, show me your license." That's not trolling. It supports digital, so you can listen to scanner frequencies too. Benzin. The problem is that depending on the area you are, such as in Los Angeles, the police are on trunk radio. Trunk radio is in a different band, and the radio needs to have a second decoding step. And you can't do that with an analog radio. You can do it with an RTL SDR. Okay? Do you have an RTL SDR, Peter? Why are priests banned from marathons? Why? Alternative reality? You can download an app to listen to police scanners. They're clever. Yes, you can download an app to listen to police scanners, but that's just no fun. I wanted to come out of my own radio. So you can listen to police scanners using two computers using an RTL SDR. Trunk easy LTR. Yes. So trunk radio is like a second decoding step because when it's decoded, it has to be decoded the second time. So I don't swear at you, Peter. Just realize that I don't swear at you, Peter. Hello, where are you from? NYC? Suyog? Hello from India. Suyog, welcome. You're back. No, Suyog, I'm in LA. Welcome back, Suyog. You're the flip phone guy from YouTube. How come you're on Periscope? How come you're not on YouTube? That's funny. Yeah, you're not on YouTube. Why are you on Periscope? You're not adding to my Kylie guy. Peter's upset that let's not tinker. Let's not say bad words in here, okay? It's just a matter of lining up. Actually, it's kind of complicated. Oh, you mean trunk radio? Yeah, but it's digital, it won't work on these radios. You need to process them with another step. He comes for the Perry banter like you, because nobody's banting on. Yeah, the trunk radio is well. That's not necessarily true. It's not necessarily 800, but I'm trying to remember. I think the LA trunk radio is in the 500s. Yeah, Peter's still here. Can you demo the radio? I've been demoing the radio, but Peter would say, you don't have a license to demo the radio.
Channel mode.
Okay, so I'm going to demo the radio. Yes, I'm into cybersecurity, but I will demo the radio on GMRS.
5, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 0.
Okay, I'm going to demo the radio on GMRS. So this is, let me just show you what I'm doing here. Okay, this is a GMRS FRS radio. Cheap, nonsense radio, okay? This is set on the frequency I want to talk to. So this is a ham radio that can access this. So there, you can see I can access the GMRS radio from a ham radio. But the reason I can do that is I have a GMRS license and I also have a ham license. Okay? Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. Who has the radio talking to them? Any adult who has the radio talking to them is a noob. Okay, that's fine. So anyway, just what this proves to you is that the expensive, the fancy radio, the ham radio here, includes the frequencies of these cheapy ones. And yet this is ham radio. And
Scanning begin.
it's pretty amazing that this has all the stations, including police, including NOAA, including GMRS, ham radio.
Second, showing registration.
Okay, now you just heard police there. This is somebody jamming. That's somebody jamming the GMRS station. It's just really irritating. This is police.
Liability dated 10/17/14 to Omar Aguilar, 7220 Van Nuys Boulevard, Unit B.
Okay, that's police. I don't know. Maybe it's Peter's friend. Okay? So it's really stupid. So you just heard police there. So that's kind of amazing that this radio is able to...
Channel mode.
this is able to handle ham frequencies, police, marine, GMRS, FRS, all in one radio. And if you have a ham license, you can own and listen to it. If you have a ham and GMRS, you can use two sets of frequencies on this. Stop it, Rob. You're embarrassing yourself. We get that. It scans public safety. Actually, he's wrong. Okay, I had to program it to do that. By default, it doesn't show any of those frequencies. So you have to manually search for police, fire, EMT, all of that in your area. There's a website that you can use to search for it. Then you got to go find out, and then you got to try it out and see what they actually have on there. Okay, and then you program into the computer to the device. By default, it doesn't have any of that. Okay, it doesn't have anything by default. So if you're going to program it manually, if you don't know that, it's not going to have anything. You got to program them, you fake. Did I just say that? I mean, what? Stop drinking, Peter. You're drinking again. Okay, so there you go. So that's why it's they're all analog. Yes, there's no digital on this type of device. Everything here is analog. The digital ones are more expensive. Okay. Anyway, join us on Brack's Angels unless you're the same Angels. No, you have to program the frequencies in order. No, you have to program the frequency. I group it. If you later on, for guys who actually know what they're doing here, I have my own style of how I organize my frequencies, because I also have marine in here. Since I use marine as well, then I have marine stations on here, and you get 127 channels you can program it in. 128 channels you can program it in, and so I got mine organized in such a way that I only scan some of them. It's too difficult to scan all of them, so I scan only a few. So anyway. So thanks anyways. Nothing inflames my ass but phony info. Wow, you're such a bad mood, Peter. It's really bad mood. I don't know what your problem is. Just state what the bad info is and call it a day. I don't think anyone is saying I have bad info. So, okay. Trying to outperform 127 channels. Believe there's channel 0. It's 128 if I count the 0. I don't know what you're talking about. You can, but you cannot. Okay, so the answer to the radio frequencies is I can listen to air traffic control on a different device. It's called a RTL SDR, software defined radio, which I have on my computer. And the reason you cannot get air traffic control on here is because air traffic control is AM. So and it's a kind of narrow band. It doesn't actually match this. But I have a radio that I have a software defined radio that I can listen to air traffic control, as well as do the plane transponders. So I can do that on my computer with a $29 device, which I may do a broadcast on at some other point if you're interested. For $29, you can listen to all the frequencies, including air traffic control, with the antenna and everything. It costs $29. Why are you so mad, Peter? Don't use bad words, please. You can say whatever you want. Just don't. Let's just not antagonize and use bad words. Are you sure $29? Maybe Peter can get it for 15, but I've paid $29 for him. $29.90 maybe. It's a little bit more than $29. It's $29 and change. Then with the China tariffs, they may raise that to $31. I have no idea. So it's going to cost us more with this China tariffs. I don't like this tariff stuff. No tax. Yeah, so now this used to be, a few days ago, this was $25. Apparently it's not $25 anymore. It's just because of the tariffs. So it's kind of frustrating. I am very frustrated by that, that we have to pay more. Yeah, so I hate tariffs. I don't know if China wants to subsidize their phones. If China wants to subsidize their phones, who fucking cares? That's it's their cost, not ours. When they subsidize the phones, they're carrying the cost. That means they're taxing their own people. Why are you asking that question, Jeff? Is that part of the test? You would watch a scope on SDR? You would watch the. Peter will claim he's an expert on SDR. Well, I have videos on SDR. I have much more expensive equipment for SDR. I read the Baofeng costs $89 to make, but they sell it for $29. Your info is 55. Look up Ed Wong. Use Zux. I am. Yes, I would, even on replay if I'm for the start. Yeah, but what exactly do you want to know about SDR, Simon? Because let me just tell you about RTL SDR, which is. Do you know RTL SDR, Peter? Are you an expert at that too? Are you an expert on SDR too, Peter? No answer. No answer. I guess he's not an expert on SDR. Okay. So, yeah, I have videos on SDR. Okay, are you an expert on SDR, Peter? How can you be a ham radio? Are you expert on mesh networks? Ham nets. Are you an expert on ham nets? Do you know how? You don't do web radio. This is not fucking web radio. SDR is not web radio. Okay. So far, you're 100% wrong. So SDR is not web radio. Do you know about Arden Mesh? Do you know about Hamnet? Do you know about BBHN? Do you know any of that? Suck. It's like, the ham expert here is not the expert. Okay, so my expert quotient is... No, I'm sure he's an expert in other things. I have my own expertise. So I'm sure he's an expert in other things. But I'm an expert on my things. Okay? So, do you know how to jam with a computer? Do you know how to make a stingray? I know how to make a stingray. Do you know how to make a stingray on radio? I'll make a video of that. So, no, I don't do HF. I don't know any of that. I don't know anything HF. I will admit to you, I don't know HF because I don't deal with that. It's not my interest. So, anyway. So, my 55% wrong is pretty good. I think you guys are enjoying my supposedly 55% wrong, but I think you're enjoying it. So anyway, SDR radio, Simon, you can jam all radios in Boston. Do you know how to do it on a computer, Peter? Do you know how to jam cell phones? Do you have the ability to override a cell phone on GSM and connect them to your cell tower? Do you know how to make a cell tower? Yes. Oh, yeah, right. Yes, you really know how to make a cell tower. Okay. You don't even know what SDR is. It's vegan. I watched another video on Stingrays. He said they retransmit by wireless to a real tower. That's correct, actually, Simon. That's actually what is done. That's actually how it's. Well, that's how the police do it. But somebody doing the jamming for other purposes will may just listen in on the traffic and not actually be a man in the middle, because you can do that. You can just listen in. They stay tuned. Peter's about okay. Oh gosh. Okay. So anyway, but it's so Simon, it's very, very interesting how to do all that, and I have that. I have a transceiver that can handle all that by software. I can go to up to 6 gigahertz. I can go from 100 kilohertz, which is AM, all the way to 6 gigahertz. Explode. I don't know what your issue is. You're like you just want to be heard. It says you're a genius at this. It's like I don't get it. I don't get what your issue is. Just felt like a Friday night. Well, I mean, actually, I'm enjoying it. Blade RF. I have a Blade RF Micro. Yeah. I have a Blade RF Micro. Peter named the radio. What? Bad info on the scope. Anybody believe this bad info? Just let me know. So everything I do by testing in reality here. So apparently my bad info is that I actually bought this and got this today, a 5-watt radio, and apparently I'm wrong because that's not really what this is. He's saying I have the wrong radio and that I paid, $25 for this or a little bit more than that. And he's saying you get it for 15, and there's a cable that comes with this for programming, and he says he can get it for $8, and I got it for $20. That works. So that's the bad information. So okay, I don't get it. Okay, we will move on. Okay, so I have a jam session tomorrow, so there'll be tomorrow's music. You bunt. So I have a jam set now. Are you gonna go to Brax now and troll everyone on Brax now, Peter? So anyway, tomorrow I'm gonna do a music broadcast. I told you, Peter, I do not swear at you here. I do not swear at you here, Peter. You need to respond with equal respect. Otherwise, it's rude. I do not swear at you or anybody else. And this is a YouTube broadcast specifically where we do not allow swearing. Fortunately, your stuff doesn't show up on YouTube. Yeah, I should, shouldn't I? Okay. So anyway, Peter's very mad for some unknown reason, and I don't really know why. But anyway, so tomorrow music broadcast, I will make a video. I think I will make a video explaining this again in a brief way, which Peter can dislike and say that he dislikes it because it'll be untrue. But I will restate these facts in a short video. And then maybe also make the EMP video also in a short version for the week. Okay? For those of you on Bytes VPN, ad blocking is available now. If you have Bytes VPN, you can select the option for a profile with ad blocking. So go to Bytes VPN. Look at the new profiles in there, and the new profiles are the same ones, but they have ad blocking. So you can choose between the old ones or the new ones with ad blocking. You should pay for a VPN, Angels. If you're not paying for a VPN, I'm the compromised one. You should pay for, if you don't pay for a VPN, you're actually going for a honeypot. So all VPNs all proper VPNs are paid for. Otherwise, it's a fake VPN. Right. I don't know, Great Gold. I tested it on a new software on a B, and I'm getting ad blocking. No, Angels, no. Unfortunately, there's no free VPN that works great unless you're talking about Orbot. There's no free VPN. There's no free VPN that's acceptable. None that I'm aware of. It's okay, real one percenters. Oh my gosh, it's like what? Angels, this is my business. Yes, don't be like Peter now on this, okay? Angels, trust me. Would you like me to prove that your ducking thing is a proxy server and not a VPN? How are they making money? Okay, if the VPN is free, it's a proxy server, which means they're spying on you and selling your data. What do you think the ads are? I know what you're talking about. That's not a VPN. That's a proxy server. It's a proxy server. It's a proxy server. That's how they insert ads. It's a proxy server. Okay, I'm familiar with that. That's Doug here. Where's Doug? He's one of my VPN clients. He used to use that. That's very bad. That's spying on you all day. Angels, please trust me. You got to pay for your VPN. Those kinds of things. The ads are actually tracking you. They're tracking you. Yes, that's what a proxy does. So you have partial protection, but actually they're making money off you. VPN has nothing to do with ham radio. That's correct. What are you what are you connecting with that? What is the significance of that comment? Okay, so Angels, yes, it's a proxy server. It will change your IP, but the man in the middle already has your information, so you don't want that. It's a bad idea. So in my case, my VPN also has ad blocking. It also has a Tor router, and which is guaranteeing it to be, completely anonymous. So what's the point of a VPN that somebody's spying on you in the middle? I thought about making a VPN. It doesn't work if I'm the only one. That's correct. You are no different from paid. No, very, very different, Angels. Very different, because the guy in the middle is spying on you and selling your information. Yes, it's okay. It's okay, Peter. Okay, so anyway, this is actually it's enjoyable. I mean, it's Peter going crazy on me here, but I had a fun time. So yeah, somebody said it's like a Friday night. It's crazy enough like a Friday night. I forget what day it is. I forget it's actually a Monday. Can you believe it's a Monday? And then we're going through this. What's the difference between a paid VPN and a non-paid VPN? Angels, a non-paid VPN is not a VPN. It's a proxy server. It's not encrypted. Do you understand? It's not encrypted. That's the way they can do the ads. It's not encrypted. Okay? When it's not encrypted, that means the guy in the middle is tracking all the websites you visit with your IP address, because they know who you are. And then they record that and they sell that data and pump ads to you, all personalized. And there you go. So would you want to be spied on by someone in the middle, especially if it's Opera or something like that, where they're spying on you in China? Bad move. So aside from the fact that ad-based VPNs are very slow, my VPN is very, very fast. On my local server here, I can reach over 100 megabits per second on the VPN, unrestricted. Okay? So, don't swear at yourself, Peter. Don't swear at yourself, Peter. Even that's not allowed. Don't swear at anybody, including yourself. Yeah, someone has to make money on a VPN. It does cost money to run a VPN, because you're paying for you're paying for the bandwidth. So I know I have to pay for the bandwidth. It's not free. It's not free. Okay? So it's impossible for it to be free. So unless they make money from it, and yes, they can make money by selling the data. Okay, guys, you're all fun. Even Peter's fun. Peter does not stop here, but you're all fun. And I enjoyed it. And I will try to make a shortened version of these. That's the first YouTube comment I've seen. What about all the other YouTube comments? Anyway, thanks for coming tonight. And I will make some videos for the week. And I will see you on Friday. And yes, I'm going to see what I can teach you about SDR one of these days. It's a fascinating topic, software-defined radio. Okay, seems like the party is with Periscope. No, I don't want you to party in Periscope. I want you to party on YouTube. Okay, good night, folks. And see you tomorrow on my music broadcast on Periscope only. Bye-bye.